Hello guys, Monkted here. Welcome back to another video. And today we're actually going to be starting a new series where I will be teaching you how to script on Roblox Studio. But before we get started with the video, let's do our giveaway. So guys, you can see that Lights and Lucas Plays commented hi, so that we're going to be giving them Robux. So wheel of names. This is who will be winning. Let's go. Okay, it looks like Lights, you won. So you can go ahead and comment in any video your username so that I can give you the Robux. Make sure you're in my group. Since it's part 1, we're not going to be doing as heavy as scripting as maybe some of the feature videos. And actually we're just going to be talking about what Roblox Studio really is. So in the workspace, this is where all the modeling is. So if I insert a part, you can see a part appears, and this is how we model. So we can scale it to different sizes, and if we just go into model, you can see we have a move, and that's the number of studs. And a stud is, if you look on the base plate, you can see these little squares. That's a stud. So that's basically our measurements for modeling in Roblox Studio. So you can set it to 1 stud, but it's kind of like if you wanted it like a little bit smaller than this, you could change it to 0.1 studs and it will go smaller. But I'm just going to have it set to 1 stud. But for more advanced modeling, you want it to maybe like a little bit lower. So I think the next thing we'll be talking about is replicated storage. So replicated storage is basically you can like put remote events in there. That's like remote event storage or whatever. A remote event, I have a video deeper on this, but it's basically you can fire it with a script and then you can listen for it with another script. I have more tutorials on that on my channel. Moving on to Starter GUI. So Starter GUI, if I just make one real quick, is basically anything on your screen that you see. So for example, you see this text button. Anything on your screen that appears, a play button, whatever, that's not modeling, is a screen GUI. So like, if I insert this frame, then I just scale it, you can see it covers up our whole screen. And you have all sorts of different screen GUIs, and you can script them to actually do what you want. So let's talk about a little bit more about scripting, what that is and what it does. So every thing has a property in Roblox Studio, and if you want to see the properties, you can go to view, and then you'll see these two windows called Explorer and Properties. Once you click on them, they should appear, and whenever you click on something, it will show the properties. So for example, if we insert a text button or text label into the screen GUI, we can see it has all of these properties. For example, it has the anchor point, its name, its background transparency, and what a script does is it changes those properties. So if we insert a script, and we can just say script dot parent dot background transparency equals to 1. No, let's do 0.5 so we can see it still. So that's what's going to happen if I play. The background transparency will get set to 0.5. So basically what a script does is it changes the properties in a for whatever you're going to change the properties. So that's basically what a script does. And you guys can see the transparency is set to 0.5. You may ask, what is transparency? Transparency is basically like the visibility. So if it's transparent, then it's set to 1. So you can see we can screw around with the background transparency, change it to 1. Now it's totally invisible. And you can set it to 2, it's still invisible. anything higher than 1 is invisible. So you can do 0.5. It's half visible, half transparent. So if you wanted to change the text transparency, then you can go down to text transparency. But let's just move on to starter pack, right? So starter pack is, if you go into Toolbox, real quick, Toolbox is it's a window that you use to insert models or images, meshes, audio, videos, and plugins into your game. So models, let's just type in sword. Sword. So in this sword, if we click on it, you'll see it says insert tool. Put this tool into starter pack. Now normally if we just use like a random model, it wouldn't say this because it's not a tool. But since it's a tool, it asks us if we want to put it into starter pack. And what starter pack does is it, when you play, it will put it into your player's backpack. So if you ever play a game and like you have like a weapon or something, like a gun, and you can pull it out by clicking the number keys, then that's a tool. So for example, in Jailbreak, you have those tools like the taser and stuff. That's a tool. And you can see in starter pack, we have these tools. So let's just say we put this in a workspace, right? When we join the game, it's not going to be in our inventory or our backpack. It's going to be somewhere on the base plate, and we can go step on it to pick it up. So you can use scripts and stuff to script it to go into the player's backpack. So you can see it's right here, and then we can just pick it up. And let's say you didn't want this in the workspace, right? Like, let's say if your player, like when they hit a certain brick like this, right? Let's say you wanted the when you touch this brick, you wanted this this sword to spawn into the player's inventory. So you just put this in. Let's just insert a folder into replicated storage. And a folder is something that you hold things in. It's like you can name it to tools. And then let's just put this classic sword. It kind of makes it more organized. So now you can see this sword isn't visible because it's not into workspace. So let's just say we scripted it to the sword to go into starter pack, right? So when they touch that brick, let's say we just scripted the sword to go into their starter pack, right? Or their backpack. So that's basically another scripting thing. You can change the properties, the parents. What a parent is let's say, like you see these drop-down menus, right? Or not drop-down, these drop-down arrows. If like you insert a part into workspace, the part's parent is a workspace, right? Because anything in this drop-down menu, that's the workspace's child. So when you say script.parent, so let's insert a script into the part, you can see it says part and there's a drop-down menu. Anything in this drop-down menu is a script. If we insert an animation inside of that script, then the animation's parent is script. So that's what a parent is, and that's why you say script.parent. So script.parent equals part. That's why you do script.parent dot let's see, part, and we can change, let's say something like can collide or cast shadow. Script.parent dot cast shadow equals to false, and then script.parent dot can collide equals to false. So a true or false value is if you have something ticked. So true is something ticked on, and false is something ticked off. So when you say script.parent dot can collide equals to false, you're saying it to script.parent dot so can collide is, I'll go back to that other thing later. Can collide is if you can walk through something, and that's basically what can collide is. But I was saying before, if you say script.parent.castShadow equals false, is basically saying script.parent.castShadow.ticked equals, or .ticked off, or whatever. I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.